The City of Angels is black and gold. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
Greetings, Los Angeles. Welcome to episode 244 of the Heart of LAFC podcast. Today's episode is going to be called Earn It for LA, since it is about time that our club earns it for LA. That is their job. That's what they're supposed to do. Can't make it black and gold unless you can take it. So that's where we're at. Of course, it's a big one, a massive one. So much news around it that we couldn't just do this thing alone. We got to bring on our brother Ben with us. We got Bam and we got Tony. So it's the full measure today. Before we get into the business, though, we did want to feature Ben because we have excellent news for Ben. You probably saw on social media today, but Ben got a proper gig, right? And so, Ben, we wanted to congratulate you on getting signed. And
Thank you.
I want to give you a platform so you can promote it and tell everybody where you're heading and what you're doing, because it sounds like you're doing some good work, man.
Yeah, so before I get into that, I just want to thank you, Joseph, and Jerry for, just giving me the opportunity to join the Heart of LAFC family, back 2018, since day one, just being blessed to have you guys as friends, as a family, like I said. So, it's been a great journey. I'm not saying goodbye. I'm still going to be, contributing on the pod for sure. But yeah, with that being said, I did accept an offer for the Striker. They're a web-based website who covers MLS. They started with Texas-based teams, but they're expanding to the LA market, and I'm going to be the beat writer for LAFC, doing the previews, the game recaps, and just game analysis after the matches. So yeah, I'm really excited for this opportunity. Really, really grateful. It all happened so fast. I want to give a shout out to Vince LaRosa. He's actually the one that recommended me. So yeah, shout out to Vince. Thank you. And yeah, that's it.
Outstanding. You're one of our originals, without a doubt. Jerry and I were on there, but you were there at the same time. I mean, really, when I got on, you got on. It's been that long, that much work into it. I know we were hoping for the best and maybe getting, MLS gig, which could definitely be down the line. We would promote that like crazy if you did. But you know what? The way Striker is now moving up the ranks and building up their product, right, for everybody to get to and expanding out to us. Yeah, we're beyond proud of you, man. Really, to see where you're going with this and seeing that, you'll be doing game days, potentially traveling, doing all that, and being so active that yeah, it's good. It's all good things, man. And again, we're beyond happy for you, dude. So awesome. So
I
awesome.
Appreciate it, Joseph. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Bam. Thank you to all the fans for supporting me, retweeting my tweets, liking my tweets, just all the compliments for my articles. It really means a lot to me, guys.
Yeah, and in truth, Ben is like, he's found details that no one else has found in many cases, way before us. And I've heard some things, but Ben, he just finds it. He knows where to look. He knows how to dig the information out, and he does it. And if you've noticed on Twitter, he's right in the mix, already talking about everything, player injuries before the team releases it. Yeah, always down into it, and like, again, dedicated. So Ben, we're beyond happy, and don't worry, we're gonna keep retweeting it, no doubt, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so we wanted you on today as well because again, you've been doing your homework, you've been watching how things have been breaking down. You watch the games just like we do, so definitely want you to cover a little bit of Vancouver today when we get into it. But before we get into that game, and of course we're not going to spend too much time on that game, we definitely want to talk about some crazy news today, Ben. And you saw it about Lingard. What are you hearing, man?
Yeah, I mean, I know he's in LA, or he's been in LA recently. He's been, touring around the city, going to I think he went to the Rams practice. So yeah, there's definitely a buzz there. There's interest from LAFC. I know the Galaxy was somewhat interested, but now it's been confirmed that they're not going to make a bid. So yeah, I believe if he does come to MLS, it will be LAFC. I think it just comes down to, if the money's right, is it a good fit for the team? He's an attacking mid. it does kind of fit to what we need right now. We are in need of an attacking midfielder. We have a lot of forwards. We don't really have that playmaker. I know Velas kind of slowly transitioning into that as he gets older. But yeah, we need someone like Lingard, and I would definitely welcome a signing like that to LAFC.
Right, and he can be trusted on both sides of the ball, right? I mean, he'll track back, he'll put in the work, do the dirty work as necessary, but also quick turn on these guys, pepper the ball where necessary. We see what he's done. Again, we're competing right now as LAFC against EPL sides. Like, this is nuts. Just to be in that conversation is insanity. And there's only one club in this league really capable of that right now, us. It is nice to be here in this situation, but special. It is very special to see where we're at. Hoping and praying that this could be something that works itself out. I think it would be, again, bigger than people think it is in the moment as it develops. Another game changer. Now you're getting a guy that's still in his prime, still fighting for a spot with England with a World Cup on the horizon here. I mean, career-wise for him, big risk. If he does it, huge reward as well. You know, financial would be nice. The league is expanding. He's jumping onto a side that has international aspirations as well. Yeah, everybody wins. So hopefully it all works itself out. Bam, I know you've been watching this from afar. What do you think, man? Lingard.
I'll take him. I'd happily take him. Not much has been circling in the Australian media about it. There's more about the Gareth Bale in the Australian media, but with the Lingard, you can't say no to him. That's for sure.
Right. Not at all. Tony, would you be excited on this move?
I'd be a little bit excited. Like I said, Lingard is really good and he does have a pedigree, but again, he's coming from a Manchester United side that doesn't have the greatest reputation at the moment.
Yeah, but hopefully we get a Hammers Lingard instead, Let's hope that's the vibe we get when he gets here, if that's the case. And you know what? There's obviously other things going on in Manchester United beyond just the performance on the field. I don't think there's any doubt there's things going down there. Your star player asking for a transfer is not normal under, most of these circumstances. That's kind of an odd situation. So it could just be a case where people are just done with the environment. Getting out, moving on, restarting things. We'll see if we get there. It's tough competition. Hopefully we do. Of course, the other conversation that is happening is Gareth Bale. Yes, he's our guy, but he's illegally our guy to play. This has been the big conversation back and forth. Where's the work permit? What's happening? Is his transfer certificate done? Where in the world is Gareth Bale? Is he here? Is he there? As far as we know, he's still in Wales. That's what we know. As of today, that's what we knew. Maybe there's something special going on in the background that we don't know about. Maybe the Hollywood ending is in the cards, and all of a sudden this guy ascends from the clouds on a private jet. It comes in even to watch the game or put in a few minutes, just kind of shock the world and show up. We don't know. We haven't heard. We're waiting, just like all of you. Even if he just shows up to say hi, it's an improvement. But definitely, even 5 minutes into the game, whatever it takes, I think it blows minds. Hopefully something happens and some miracle shows up and we get our proper Hollywood ending. Am I going to hold my breath? No. But yeah, definitely hope is there. Bam, do you think there could be a Hollywood ending in the cards?
There could be. I can see Gareth Bale touching down tomorrow, and then just for kickoff, helicopter lands in the middle of the bank. Bale steps out with the game ball, gives it over as a welcome. I'll take that for sure.
I think the grounds crew would attack the helicopter if they did that, but you know how protected it is. Yeah, dude, it would be even crazier if like he wasn't listed, there was no news, no updates, and somehow this guy walks out in warmups. Like, fooled you. He's on the roster. Here it is. Look, lineups came out and he's sitting there on the bench. Like, there he is.
Oh, the crowd would go nuts if that happened.
Oh man, yeah. Could you imagine? How many minds would just what? Yeah. The league, the whole. Dude, be on Sports Center for that one. That's for sure. So who knows? This is our club. We do dramatic things. You never know. But we do know that it's been a saga to get his paperwork right. We're just, again, can't wait till he gets here. All right, so we got that with Bale. Again, can't confirm anything. Don't know for certain. Hearing a lot of maybes, but not to play. That's not what we've heard. Chiellini, of course, is the other story. Bam, I wanted you to cover him a little bit. You saw the images. You've heard some of the conversations from Dolo. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, sounds good. I personally don't think he'll start. He might be on the bench, but I don't think he'll start. Looks like he's fitting in quite well. I know tonight he's supposed to be on ESPN Sports Center or something. I know I saw earlier that he's supposed to be on. Where is it?
Yeah, so he's going to be on Sports Center. I think it's ESPN2 at 10:30 or no 10. It's a small bit, and then it'll replay at 11 on ESPN.
Yeah,
That's what I heard. So apparently it's a really good interview because of course they record these ahead of time. I have not seen it, but I'm hearing that it was absolutely dynamite. He kind of took over. So if you can watch it, definitely do so. Do it after our show though. Do it for sure. We got some more stuff to say, but if you can't, you got to go spend a few minutes. We understand. But definitely don't miss it. Either way, don't miss it. All good things. Tony, I know you're chomping at this one. Go for it.
Oh no, yeah, it was funny. I saw a little snippet from it, like kind of the behind the scenes, them talking about pizza, pretty much. You know what I mean? Because how, like, what are these sauces and everything like that? Because like, again, if you guys know, pizza in Italy, is just done with like olive oil and just like no sauces on it. It's like very plain Jane. And they were having the age-old conversation of pineapple on pizza, and he was just like, I don't think no. He was very against it, but it looks like a pretty good interview. And he's like, again, everybody knows Chiellini. He's a very jokester, very comical kind of guy.
We're gonna have some great press conferences. You can already tell this guy is he's gonna take things over and in the best way possible. I mean, you could see the way he's directing traffic out there already in training. All good things. So I think we found somebody special, but we knew that ahead of time. It's just he's playing the part. Ben, you heard some of the press conferences or some of the interviews today. Similar impressions, right? Everybody's extremely happy.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't even played, and he's already making a huge impact on the players. I know he's coaching up the young guys. He's giving them advice, tips here and there, just his experience and just how much the players respect him just for his career, the career he's had in Europe and Juventus. Yeah, it's a great signing, short and long term. I think the guys are going to learn a lot from him, not just the young guys, but everyone in general. Even Steve might learn a thing or two from Chiellini. So yeah, I think it's all good things with Chiellini. I hope he plays 10, 15 minutes against the Galaxy. Hopefully we have a comfortable 2-3 goal lead. Just come in and close out the game.
Yeah, definitely settle things. You know how we've had those moments where we kind of fall apart late against these geniuses. This would be a nice time to settle things down. So that, and if he wants to take a shot at a certain player that loves to take shots at us, I ain't gonna complain either. So all good things. So yeah, good to see him doing what he's doing. Training looks like it's strong as well overall. Good news there. Tony, did you pick up anything from training that you wanted to bring up to everybody today?
Just a couple quotes from the pretty much the three main dudes that we need to hear from. I know Segura had a little comment with Max and Vince on their podcast, so if you want to go listen to that, it's a good listen to. But we'll just start it off with Carlos. Carlos is pretty much talking about Jolo. He thinks he's doing a really good job. Pretty much quoting him. I think Dolo's doing a really good job. We are happy with him, and we are happy where we are at the table. And then another comment from Max is everyone knows the importance of the game, not only in the standings. And then our head coach Dolo was pretty much saying, like, we understand the importance. We are ready for a competitive game and one we want to decide for ourselves. So I think that's more of a kind of a jab of like what's we've been facing since we've been playing them this year. So
All good things. All good things. Good. All right. So moving on, let's talk about moving forward. All right. So the game against Vancouver. I think that's the big one to talk about. Um, Lineups for the game. Basically, we went with a 3-5-2, or really a 5-3-2 like we used to do. In this case, using Musovski, using Arango up top. Again, different kind of lineup. In the back was Ibiaga in the middle, Fall and Murillo. Again, Ibiaga and Murillo seem to be that group, the trusted group, which is a good thing, a very good thing. Moving on to see Janela, Acosta, and Blessing in the center of the mid was fine. And then Hollingshead and Escobar both starting, which is a little bit interesting as well. Important to do that. They both need the time, so this works. I know they've been a tandem for each other, but I think this was a good way to keep Palacios off that turf and keep him healthy for as long as possible in a match. And that, I guess, paid off. We did see minutes from Cal Jennings in this game. We saw Segura get minutes. We saw Ilie come in late for Acosta. That didn't turn out so great. And Apoko and Trejo getting minutes too. So this one, as much as it hurts to take a loss, in truth, no injuries. And I think that was our victory of the day. No points, but no injuries. And it sounds terrible. Sounds like a possible waste of time going up there. But yeah, it couldn't come at a worse time. We seem to get Vancouver at these inconvenient times. And here we go again. And it's something you could afford to. Sounds terrible, but here we are. So, Ben, with the odd lineup out there, and pretty much the typical lineup for Vancouver out there, they look, decent as always. They're at home. Breakdown on this match, man. What were some things that stood out to you? And of course, the moment of moments.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty uneventful game. Not too many scoring chances. I know Blessing hit the post in the first half. Chicho had a header in the first half as well, kind of went wide. And then you have Murillo coming out at half for Segura. I was kind of scared for Segura to play on that turf just because he got hurt, in a similar surface in Portland last year. But luckily, everything went well. Nothing happened to him. He actually had a really good game, in my opinion. Segura, it's like he never left. So that was good. Acosta, I think, had a shot as well in the second half. Vancouver hit the post, I believe, after a pretty bad giveaway from Fall in the second half. And then, the moment, the last 2-3 minutes of the game, Ilie, one of our most experienced players, you would never hope that he does something like that. But yeah, he made a mistake. He gave the ball away in a dangerous spot, and we got punished for it. I don't think we'll ever see that again from Ilie. I think he's just gonna dust it off and come back stronger. But yeah, a tough loss for sure. A point would have been great on the road, considering all the absences with injuries and Sifu being out due to suspension. And yeah, but I think, like you said, it was no points on the road, but no injuries, like you said. It allowed Chirundolo to make some rotations in preparation for the Galaxy match. Something he couldn't do in the past. I know that when they lost in the Open Cup, it was a time where it was a hectic schedule, a lot of games in that month of May, and they couldn't really rotate players due to injuries. But now the rosters is getting stronger, players are getting healthier. It was a good time to have this game. I know it's not, like you said, it wasn't the greatest time, but all things considered, with the Galaxy game coming up and just how huge that is, I think it was okay.
Yeah, and to be honest, some players got quality minutes that they're not getting as of late. Fall is a big one that really, honestly, did a good job on the day. You can't really fault the back line at all in this game. The one mistake came from Ilie. How much does the turf play in that, right? Because it coughed up. Who knows? Not making excuses, right? Still not a good move. But it wasn't on the defense, right? It wasn't on the back line itself. They held for this game. And while we weren't generating a lot of offense, we still had a crossbar in this game. There were still some chances that could have gone the way they should have gone, as shuffled as the lineup was. So again, not happy we lost, but I'm not super sad because everyone's ready. That can be ready. Nobody got hurt from that game, so we can definitely move on from that. Bam, your impressions after watching that not so inspiring match?
You say not inspiring, but to me, it actually was quite inspiring. Seeing the passion and all that. When was the last time that we went to a game that we didn't have a corner? We had no corners. They had 12 corners. We had none. They had 20 crosses to our 6. We had 20 clearances. Our back line was actually, I would say, inspiring. If that was last year, we would have lost 5-0, plain and simple. Plain and simple, we would have lost 5-0. You can't argue that. Our backline last year wasn't the greatest. Then to go out and do this game, yes, we lost. Does it hurt we lost? Of course it always hurts we lost. But the determination, the perseverance, and all that our team showed was inspiring to me, especially going into this game. For me, it was one of the games where we needed to step up, especially players that haven't had a chance for a while, and they did. It's made a lot more headaches going into the future for Dolo, plain and simple.
Without a doubt. Good headaches for him, right? He has to shuffle this lineup. He's got to figure out who gets play time. Trejo's making it real interesting for him, right? For young talent and getting the proper minutes for those guys. Fall as well. We have players coming back. You now see Segura getting quality minutes, looking fine out there. Doesn't look like he's lost much in his play. He seems okay, seems stable. Tough decisions, good decisions, which I think is a good time to probably talk about our stars of the match. I know it's a loss, but there's still stars we can identify from this match. And I know some of you guys put the votes out. We haven't really said it. I guess we'll share it now. But the stars of the match. Bam, you have the floor, sir.
For me, 3 votes was for Blessing. The way he ran his ass off, he was getting back. He played a wonderful game. I gave 2 votes to Ibiaga and 1 vote to Fall. Those 2 in the center back were really good for me. So 3 votes Blessing, 2 votes Ibiaga, 1 vote Fall.
Excellent. Tony, your 3 stars?
I'm pretty much agreeing with Bam on this one. It was like a very tough game to try to get stars, especially on a loss. Again, I was more worried about, as Ben put out earlier in the day, that Elie and Acosta were on a final yellow card and suspension if they got one that game. So I was more stressing out on that my whole game. But I am I agree with what Bam said with his stars.
Good stuff. Ben, give your 3 stars, man. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree here with Bam. I give it 3 stars to Blessing, just the way he worked the midfield. With even that personal situation going on with him, just the way he carried himself and bounced back from that was just amazing. He almost got the goal in the first 10 minutes off the post. So yeah, I think it was a really overall a great performance from Blessing. I actually thought Ginella, I'll give him 2 stars. I think he was solid in the midfield. It's hard for a player to perform like that when you don't have consistent minutes, and I feel like he did a really, really good job responding in that way. And the 1 star for me, I'd probably give it to Segura, just for holding his own 45 minutes, coming back from a ACL injury, 1 year missing the field. Yeah, I think Segura did well in his first game, second game back, but his first real minutes on the field, and what must have been I'm sure it was a scary moment to they call your name and, hey, you're going in, because I don't think Murillo was going to come out, but he had a eye injury, I think, or head injury, was something like that. But yeah, good on Segura for getting the job done.
Nice. Good call. My 3 stars. Yeah, definitely the number 1 star has to go to Blessing. Again, he's been through a lot, guys. We know this. For him to stay focused, get on the road, do the job, do what he does best, and do it best. All credit to him. So definitely the number 1 for him. I think Ibiaga would probably get 2nd star for me. He has proven to be a legit starter on this side. Um, Getting more steady with each match, showing the strength, anchoring things back there now. The trust is there. So I'll give him 2nd star. Tough one. I'm going to go with Fall because, again, he hasn't had a lot of minutes, still put in a good game, still put in the work. So Fall gets the conversation from me. So I'm good with that. Those are my 3 stars. All right. How did the faithful tally it up, Bam? Where are they at?
The faithful were everyone was on the Blessing again, so Blessing got a few votes. Chicho got a couple, Trejo got a mention, Ibiaga, Janela all got mentioned. So everyone was in the same mindset that although it wasn't a win, it was hard to pick who the tops were because players really, really showed their character in this game. So it was good to see.
Outstanding. Again, good on everybody for voting. Keep doing it. You'll bring it up again after tomorrow's match. Win, lose, or draw, we're going to be putting it up there. So definitely jump on. We love everything you guys do with this. As you know, there will be a prize at the end of the season where an actual Heart of LAFC trophy is given out to the winner of it. So yes, do it. Make it happen. Again, it's your opinions, guys, that matter the most. You're the ones that are going to weigh it the most, more than us, to decide this. The points are legit. All right. So before we take it further and get into club and community, we wanted to hear from the faithful themselves. So let's do that. Definitely jump on the conversation right now. We want your reactions. It's essential. And of course, your greetings. We love hearing everybody on here. All right. So who got the first one? Burke in the mix. He takes it. Burke Fournier. Good evening, everybody. Oddly confident about tomorrow. Scary confident, right? Beast in the mix as well. All right. Beast says he's waiting for Tony to lift his cat like Simba from the Lion King. The lion. Nice.
Yeah.
Tony's looking at you like, I like my face attached, and I really don't want to get clawed right now. Hey, Ox is checking in. Not from Wichita. Yeah, we're looking for the Bale surprise, and then there's the Ox surprise. So there it is. We'll see you tomorrow, Ox. Love that you're back in town, my brother. All right, then we have Jirer Galabinov. Okay, awesome. Welcome to the show, man. It's up to you as well. Happy you're on here, man. The more you want to throw in there, go for it, dude. We love it. Kevin Hernandez Rosales is here. Says, why does this El Trafico feel different from past rivalry matches? Let's defend the bank. I don't call it El Trafico. Others do. Those were paid do. Yeah, that's where it came from. Those were paid to say it. So I'm not a fan of it. That's just where I'm at. And I won't call it a Classico either because a Classico requires competence on both sides and victories on both sides and a back and forth. And our club hasn't lived up to it yet. Sorry, not sorry. Classicos require time as well. And this is a young rivalry. All right. There you go, Smalls. You got it right. Carson trash. Love it. By the way, did you guys see Bone Storms today? The Pepito jokes? God, it's good stuff, guys. Let's go check it out. It's so funny. Beast says, if no Bill, no Chiellini, nothing changes tomorrow night. It's still a mandatory must-win derby game. Yeah, no, you're at home. Sorry, you're at home. No excuses at all. I don't care if you're not at home. No excuses. You're number 1 in the darn league. What are you doing? Step up, get it out of your heads, play this game. Play your way, we win. Don't play that. Don't play into their mix. Don't drop to their level. You win. I'm with you, Beast. Defend the bank for Smalls Kenobi. Right. Richard Cueva in the mix. Welcome, sir. Hi. Beast has his tips. 3 things. Can't concede early goals. Can't let Carson tie at all. Avoid silly mistakes. Looking at you, Mr. Murillo. None of that stuff, man. We need the best. We need the best from you. Beast. Ticket prices say something else been going down a bit. Right, Beast? We could definitely talk about that. Prices are insane right now. $300 in the North End, which is criminal. I'll be honest. It steals the culture a bit. If you're a season ticket holder, you're doing that. You won't be a season ticket holder for long, I have a feeling. Yeah, dude, protect your community. Don't get too crazy with this thing, and don't gouge your fellow LAFC fan. Just saying. Just saying. Yeah, it's crazy. I wonder what it could be. Yeah. Daniel Angel, what's up, chat? Welcome. Let's see. Let me move up. Oh, okay. Daniel Angel says on hell. Why did I say it right? What's wrong with me? It says everyone going to the game needs to yell twice as loud for me. Can't make it since I just tested positive for COVID. Sorry, brother, man. Get well soon. I know it's taken off again. We all got to be super careful. So no doubt we'll put in a little extra for you, man. That's for certain. That's for certain. Let's see. Let me move forward here. Oh, beast. B-Rod starts or Opoku. Can't see B-Rod starting with Opoku coming in as sub. Yeah, we're going to talk about a little bit later, but B-Rod apparently is questionable. So your chances of seeing him start are little to none unless that's just smoke and fire. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, not good. Says sure B-Rod wants to start. Definitely heat there. Again, I hope we're just playing games with those listings, man, and everybody's ready to go. Beast, Ilya doesn't make the mistake. Game ended in a draw. Yep, we know that. Here we go. Velez in the mix. Says we're taking it 3-0. Someone needs to drop Edwards for all of us LAFC fans. Chiellini coming in late and giving them the business. I'm okay with that. Beast says drop Chicho for what he did to Cheeky. Just saying. Oh man. There we go. Let's see. Beast is also on the blessing card as well because honestly, he stepped up. Beautiful. Let me move forward here. Let's see. Tommy says Raheem Edwards made himself a target. That is for certain. Again, not too much respect for the guy. If he starts, oh well. Yeah. Janela, not too shabby. Beast is with you guys on that one. Yeah, Janela did have a good game. I will agree with Ben. He had probably his best game he's had all year. He stepped up in the moment, without a doubt. We just need to see more of that. I got one good one. Build on it, man. Let's go for this. Beast wants to know the best starting 11 for tomorrow. We'll cover that in a little bit. That is for sure. And Louis V, Pod Fam, in the conversation. What up, man? Good to see you on there. All right, so those are our comments for now. Keep them going as we do the show. You're going to hear topics pop up. You want something to say, drop it in there. Make it happen, and we will bring it up towards the end of the show as well. Right? Smalls, Edwards not part of our history. Hey, he could be a part of our history tomorrow as we torch him. So you never know, man. Vela has a moment, puts it through that dude's legs. He's officially a part of our history, right? So you never know. You never know. All right. So thank you guys for your reactions. Well done. Well done. You know what this means now that we're done with our comments? We're going to definitely move on to community. It's where Tony steps in and does his thing. So, Tony, you have the floor, sir. What is going on out there?
Hopefully I do not sound like a robot. My internet is shoddy tonight, so I apologize in advance. But there is, again, tailgates tomorrow. Starts at 10 with BA, 12 for, I believe, Expos, and I think 1 for Luckies. But so get there early. LA traffic on a Friday sucks. And so yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. That's for sure. Looks like Tony's running into some problems again. Man, I swear he's cursed. It's just the way it is lately. All right. So I'm gonna throw it out there and he'll catch up. He mentioned the community spotlight by Delta. I think we got that covered, right? He covered that as well. I will say he's probably going to bring it up in a bit. There will be a casino night coming up with athletes in the making. We'll keep you posted when we get all those details, but it is definitely in the work and it's coming up soon. All right. So now that Bam is back, we're going to toss it to you, sir. This one's going to be the Black and Gold Vinyl Club Minute. I know usually I'm the one delivering this thing, except he's had some of the gems so far this year. right? So I'm getting into
Yeah.
Bam. You got a Vancouver band, right? You found one?
I found one, and they are, I would say, one of my favorite bands going around. We haven't done this genre before, I don't believe, but I'm going with Delirium and their album Karma. They've been around since '87. Karma came out in '97, and one of my all-time favorite dance tracks is actually on this, which is Silence, featuring Sarah McLachlan. It's an absolute banger of a track, especially the whole album itself. A nice little, starts off nice and easy, peaks, and then goes back down. So everything you want from dance tracks. Back in my younger days, hitting the raves at 18, 19, 20, when this song came on, it was always a great night. So for me, Delirium is by far a great band.
You're starting to age yourself, man. Nah, it's good music. I know we haven't got enough like electronica, trance, any of that stuff. We've been kind of low on that end, right? We got to
We,
get
we,
into some. Yeah,
we have
it's
been
good.
like, back in my day, hitting all the hard candy raves and all that. Christmas Candy, which was a rave on Christmas night, doing the Melbourne Shuffle, all those things. Just, yeah, takes me back, that's for sure. Especially that album definitely takes me back.
Nice. See, now we have a vow. We got to do more of that. So good stuff, Bam. Good call. I think mine was lame, so I'm just going to leave it where it's at. You did that perfectly. All right, let's transition into it because yes, I know why you're all here. 36 minutes into the episode, and we finally get to it. That's right, LAFC versus Carson, another edition. Oh my word, here we go again with all kinds of stuff. Could be the same lineup we're used to, just with buzz all around it. Could be something very different. But definitely swagger, I think, is falling into our side this time, right? The energy is here, the reporting is here. If they're not confident or at least strong coming into this, there is something very wrong with our club. This is that moment. This is the time. Vela's ready. You heard him with the Papito comments. Hilarious, man. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go for it. Now, Bam. I know we like to talk about Carson and their usual struggles, like getting dropped out by second division side in the Open Cup, but they're not all bad right now. Things seem to be looking kind of up for them, right?
Yeah, it's been looking. Just the MLS alone, they've had 5 games at home in the last 5 games. They've had a 5-game home run streak. 2 of them were before the international break, and then 3 after. During that time, they've had 2 wins, 4-1 win against Austin pre-break, and the last game was a 4-0 win at home to Montreal. They've had 2 losses, a 3-2 home loss to Minnesota, and a 3-0 home loss to Houston. I mean, losing to Houston 3-0 at home, that's pretty bad, even if it was pre-break. And they had a 1-1 home draw to Portland. That's what their last 5 games have been, all at home in the MLS.
Interesting. Current record so far?
8 wins, 3 draws, and 6 losses.
So not the greatest record so far, but they are actually moving up in position, right? I mean, they weren't right on the border of the playoff line, but now they're in the mix for home field advantage in the first round, right?
Yeah, they are. They're sitting 4th in the West at the moment, so they're moving up. And look, you got, as much as we want to shit talk them and all that, you actually got to give them some respect for moving up.
Yeah, I think they found themselves. We'll talk about the system that they're currently playing, where maybe they found their guy. They found their consistency and how to work things out. Not good news for us, right? They seem more stable, but yeah, it will be a competitive match. Will be a tough match. It should be. It always is. No matter how they could have no wins on the season, this one they'll find a way, right? I mean, just how it's been historically. So you got to take it serious. You got to be real about this. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Definitely want to send this one back to Tony. Welcome back, sir. We got you going. I'm just saying the bad or the ugly is your internet. Just gonna throw that out there. It's been gremlins today.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some other things you want to bring up with the good, bad, and the ugly about Carson. So give it to us, man. What you got?
Best thing to say is just you throw everything out the window. at the end of the day, this is a rivalry. They always show up, and it's the only time they become a good team is the best way to say it. Yes, they've been doing really well. But the main player to watch is Chicharito, to be honest, because he has damaged us the last 2 games that we played against him, and he's just a menace. And watching him again, he's not we have the more talented striker, but he's just there in the right spots at the right time always.
Sometimes it's what's between the ears, right? Positioning, reading the game a little bit better. If you look at the last game, he got another back post tap in, just like he beat us the last time, making people look foolish while the ball just rolls to him at the back post. It's what he does. He poaches. He knows where to be. He knows where the ball rolls. He sees the openings, and does it. Now, there is one other guy, though, that we now have to really pay attention to in the lineup, right, Tony? Who's their second leading scorer so far this year?
Eddie Alvarez Eddie Alvarez and what's his name? Desona with 2 because he just caught up.
But not those 2. There's another guy who scored 4 goals in 4 games, I believe, right? Joveljic?
Oh, Joveljic, yes. I always
Yeah, who always hurts us too. We have a history of getting hurt by this dude. So, yeah, he's on a streak. He's on a tear right now, to the point where he's probably going to start in this game right next to Chicharito. Because, again, you can't sit a guy who's on a streak. That's just crazy, right, Chicho? It's just not something you want to do. So yes, he is in the mix. He's trouble for everybody right now. Doesn't matter who it is, he's putting in the back of the net. So we have some real deals to contend with, where you have a guy that's a finisher and a guy that's kind of a power type player. Yeah, their forwards are clicking right now. Together, I wouldn't say that much, because it usually one usually goes out for the other. It's just this last game finally they were playing together. So we'll see how that plays. Assist, man. Who's the standout this year, which is so bizarre to me?
The assist for this year is Edwards. He seems to be playing well for them. I don't understand why, but again, I think it's just more of the system that he's playing in.
It seems like they want to lead attacks from that left side a lot and overlap from the left. So, yes, Edwards with 6 assists. That's a lot. That's a lot. He's got 6. The next down is Araujo with 4, Grand Sur with 3, and Revelison, who seems to be having his moments now too. So, yeah, that is where we're at. In terms of stats, did you want to bring some of those up? You want me to fire them off, dude?
I would say you fire him off because I don't know when my internet's just
all right. So the one stat that stands out to me, I'll throw it out there. Conversion rate, 13.7%. Okay. Yes, they're getting goals now, but it seems like they have a big problem between chance creation and chance made. Yes, it's better when they play us. Seems like they get one. But it seems like with everyone else, that one finishing seems to be trouble. I know it's different when we play them, but it is there. It's a thing. It could come up anytime when you have a team with that historical situation. So you got to be real on that. Other interesting things, passing wise, they're about level with us, right? So that's not going to be a big difference there. They're going to try to control the game just like us, except we have seen historically they would also look for the counter against us and try to work us out and find the moments. Don't put it past them to fall into that again. They're playing in our house. Greg Vanney knows what he's doing with his lineup. I know some of you Galaxy fans are questioning that with me right now. Sorry, he is who he is. He knows how to get the best out of his guys, even in bad situations. Bam, you got something you want to throw into the mix?
Yeah, so with the counterattack, you just look at the last game. They had 38.3% possession in the 4-0 win over Montreal.
Yeah.
That just shows that their counterattack. They handled 30 crosses from Montreal and got the counterattacks on those. So they are good at counterattacks.
And scored on a cross. Isn't that funny? Just saying. Yeah, you're right, dude. They know how to switch, right? A big switch. And the player that they're rumored to be getting is a guy that's going to help in the defensive midfield. So it looks like they're building for that again down the line. I think they know where they fit best. So seeing that, again, stats, we could go crazy with stats, but why? We know this rivalry. Throw it out the window. We don't know what we're going to show up with until we get on the field, especially in that first half. We know what we do in the second half, right? We'll make our changes. We'll make things happen. But the first half is the danger zone. That's where we get ourselves into trouble, give up early goals, and then have to chase this darn thing. We can't do that. All right. Looking at potential lineups, I think the last lineup is probably your best bet as to what you're probably going to see starting this week, especially with, before I even say it, Bam, who's out today? Because we gotta tell that one first.
Yeah. So for Carson, the two that they've listed one as out, Villafana, who's been out for most of the year, and questionable is Gasper. So they've got one out, one questionable. While for us, obviously, Gaines is still out, and we've got B-Rod and Drew Shardy both out questionable.
And then one red card suspension for Carson, right?
Yeah, because you got two for it, so they're also missing Costa.
Right. Ben, looking at Costa missing from the lineup, is this a big deal or something they're kind of used to because he's not really starting all that much anyway?
Yeah, no, I don't think they're gonna miss him too much. They have they have pieces to replace him with. They have Efrain Alvarez, they have Grand Sear, they have Kevin Cabral coming back from suspension. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna miss him too much. They were able to beat one of the top teams in the East in Montreal without him. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna miss him too much on tomorrow.
I'm with you as well. I think they're more dangerous without him in the lineup. I
Yeah.
do. I really do. So looking at the last lineup, again, Joveljic and Hernandez started together for a rare opportunity as strike partners. And guess what? It worked. In the midfield, you had Granster on the left, Revelison and Delgado in the middle, Alvarez on the right. Your back line was Williams, Koulibaly in the middle, Araujo on the right, Edwards, the snake on the left. That's who they had, and Bond in goal. Who Bond's always going to be in goal. That's just unless it's an Open Cup game and you get a Klinsmann, it'll be Bond in goal. Who did you say just came back? This went blank. How does that affect the lineup, sir, Ben?
Oh, Cabral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's very dangerous on the wing. He's a young player. He's hurt us in the past. I think he scored against us last year, I believe. So yeah, he's someone to keep an eye on. I would definitely if I was Greg Vanny, I definitely put him in the starting lineup just because of the danger he can bring. I think Alvarez is more of hold the ball up in the midfield, kind of calm things down, maybe bring him in the second half. But if you want to start off with fire, I would definitely put in Cabral.
Yeah, right mid makes perfect sense. Again, Alvarez is a good option for them, but Cabral is paying him the money to be there, right? Would be your guy. Do you see any other changes, Koulibaly or Williams, those guys going out, or that's pretty much their starters now?
I know Koulibaly, he came off injured in the game against Montreal. I don't know how serious that was. If he's not able to play, I'm assuming it would be either Dupuy or probably Dupuy would slip
Probably
in
Dupuy.
there. Yeah. But yeah, if he's healthy, it would be him and Williams in the middle.
Yeah, I think Williams is the one guy that we're pretty much certain he's in. Grand Sir, again, he's playing where he needs to play. He's doing his job. Revelison's really stepping up. So, 4-4-2, I don't think there's much debate. That's what we're going to be dealing with in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I just, again, knowing the weapons they have, why go back to one striker? It just doesn't make much sense to me. Bam, you look at the roster, pretty much the same thing, right? I mean, they found their strike partners. You would do that again.
Yeah. You kind of have to, Joveljic came off in the 56th minute in the last game. Chicharito came off in the 77th minute in the last game. So they gave him some minutes, but they also brought him off to get ready for this game. So I'd be surprised if they're both not starting.
Right. I mean, they're going to be out there. The other names you might see randomly if they go bigger in midfield, maybe Vasquez gets some time in this game. It's not easy for us with him either. Aguirre has gotten some minutes in the mid too. So those are options. But, that's the big names, right, that stand out to me. Do you see any others that might get some minutes, Ben?
Maybe Kleshton, second half. He had he had a pretty good 15, 20 minutes against Montreal. So yeah, someone definitely to keep an eye on as a late sub.
Yeah, and we heard the press conference that he said, and in terms of humanity, we stand with him on that and what he said. Without a doubt, I've got little ones as well, and it's in the back of your mind. So kudos to him for saying something, for speaking up in the moment. But yeah, if they have a lead on us, I kind of expect him to come in, right, to be a thorn in our side. You kind of expect that to happen. If they're chasing the game, I'm not so sure, right? Maybe not, but yeah, definitely to hold things, he's the guy to go with. It makes sense. All right. So the bigger question for this game is going to be us, because we have all this stuff up in the air, all the madness. The circus is officially in town. Okay. Yes, you're here. And I told you guys last week that game that we were all at was our last moment of the old LAFC. Today is the new moment. Friday game, all this buzz. Welcome to the circus. It's going to be a little bit weird for a little while. You'll get used to it. Hopefully it takes us to amazing places, but definitely you're now in the circus. So with that said, what does that do with our lineup? I'm going to throw it to Bam first. Knowing the injuries, knowing who's available, what are you expecting to see on the field from LAFC?
For me, I don't see any of our new players starting. But I reckon that they'll be on the bench, or at least Chiellini will be on the bench for sure. As for the starting lineup, I'm not 100% sure. Like, I see Opoku, Chicho, Vela starting up top. I don't see B-Rod playing. I don't see him being mentioned in the 18 or even on the bench.
Interesting. Very interesting. So you don't even think you even get a bench or a look-see at a possible few minutes just to get something if we need to chase something?
I don't think so. I see Trejo being named on the bench. I reckon he's going to get another call-up. So I can see Moose and Trejo being ones that come off the bench if we're chasing for sure.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense. I think the bigger question, though, is the back line. I mean, we've had certain defenders on this side have horror shows against this team in recent memory. And so I think the back line is our bigger conversation. I know you're like, what? But the strikers, we got options up front. I'm not too scared with what we got. It's the back line. Who's on the outside? Who's on the left side? Who's going to be trusted in that moment? I'm going to throw this to Ben first. Who's your back four? We know who's in goal. Yeah, we don't have to debate that. But who are you going to throw out as your back line?
Back four. If he's healthy, Palacios at left back. On the right side, I'm going to go Escobar because he seems to be in full health now. He had a pretty good game against Vancouver. Yeah, so those would be my two outside backs. In the middle, I would just stick with Murillo and Ibeaga. They've been the partnership that's worked over the last 5-10 games, so I wouldn't move anything there. If anything, if Murillo is still dealing with some kind of injury, I would put in Fall. But if not, I would stick with Murillo and Ibeaga and maybe bring in Chiellini off the bench in the second half.
Interesting. I'm with you on that. If those are the healthy guys, that makes perfect sense. I really do enjoy seeing the Hollingshead for Escobar substitution late in games because it just adds a little bit of energy. Whoever it is, the guy that comes in always steps up and goes crazy and does something special. So it seems to be a good move. In this case, if Escobar, who's more defensive minded than say a Hollingshead is, holds things and we need to go and press in the second half, yeah, Hollingshead's a great choice for that. We know the tools, right? We know what he can do. So it makes sense to keep him energized and ready for the second half when we're going to need it, especially if he's going to come in and Chiellini's going to come in. So Chiellini gets to stay home a bit more while Hollingshead goes on adventures, right? That's what happens with him. It makes sense. In terms of Palacios, I know he has some disaster games against them. We were in Carson. We saw him have probably one of his worst games of his career. We know this, but look at what he's turned into since that happened, right? We're not where we're at without him doing what he's done. Okay, he's been leading us in many games. He has to start.
I
We're
got
just here now.
a
Yeah.
question for you guys. If
Mhm.
Chiellini does come in, do you see Chirundolo going to a back three automatically, or is he can play in the back four?
Well, I mean, I could see the 5-3-2 develop,
Yeah.
right, where they throw two strikers up top, and he just anchors things back there and lets the wing backs go crazy, and those three just kind of hang out, right? Keep things solid. Take their chances when they need to, but not very often, and just shut the game down. I mean, could you see in the second half both Segura and him coming in and just
Yeah.
playing shutdown for the rest of the game? It could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're working together now, and if those two end up working out and both healthy, dude, what a super backline, Segura and Chiellini when they're all 100%. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that's lights out. For this game, it's a hard ask, right? Not enough time
Yeah.
together.
Mm-hmm.
Give them 3 or 4 games, dude. Lights out. We're
Yep.
good. We've got options. Good options for sure. All right, let's bring it into that midfield, and I'm going to throw it to Tony first. You didn't get a chance to jump in the last one, so you get to lead this one. Who do you got in the middle? Who are your three lucky players to get to start against Carson?
Pretty much there's no change. It's Acosta, Ilie, and Sifu. Those are the core three that makes sense. Again, we get Sifu back from a yellow card, so he's well rested and didn't have to travel 100%. Ilie and Costa complement each other really well, so there's no question really. The only thing I see, late substitution, Blessing maybe, or Janela. Those are the only two I can see coming in.
Now, there have been moments where Sifu gets into this game specifically and he kind of disappears. We've seen it from him in this game specifically. Would Blessing be a better option on the day? We know his feelings towards Carson. You've seen his reactions. Would he be the guy to go in to break things apart? And I'm going to throw it to Bam on this one. Where do you sit on this debate?
I'm going by another stat I'm going to bring up. I see start Blessing and bring Sifu in as a sub. The reason why I bring Sifu in for a sub, his 3 goals he has scored has all been off the bench. He's a better goal scorer this year when he comes off the bench. So if we need a goal, that's where you bring Sifu on and he can score that goal off the bench. So for me, I'm going Blessing, Acosta, Ilie as my starting midfield.
Wow. And now the conversation we're talking about, Hollingshead sitting. Now you have 2 guys off the bench who are known scoring threats off the bench, right? So you can already see something a little bit more dynamic coming off the bench. 2 subs already that we could see can damage things in a good way. There we go. All right. So I give it to you, Ben. The debate has happened. Where do you sit on your 3 in the mid?
Yeah, I actually agree with Bam on this one. I could see Blessing being the smart option to be in the starting lineup just because of his experience and just what he knows what it takes to beat the Galaxy. We know what it means to him to beat them. Not that Sifu doesn't know, but Sifu's still young, and to be able to get him off the bench and just take that pressure off as a starter, I think it'd be good for him to come in the second half and just kind of dictate tempo of the game and create scoring opportunities. And like Bam said, maybe score a goal as a sub like he's been doing this season.
Excellent. I like it. I'm with you on this one. I think this is Blessing's moment. Seeing what he did against Vancouver and how well he played against Vancouver, seeing what he's been through, I think it'll be an inspired match for him. He's got something to prove here, people. And he hates those guys. He probably hates them more than the 32-52 does. He's with us on this one, without a doubt. They did him dirty during the Zlatan era. Really bad with the posters and all that nonsense, the trash stuff they were doing. So I just feel that we need guys out there that are angry in the right kind of ways, of course. They're going to go and play with an edge. And so I think Blessing has that edge. I think Ilie has the edge when he needs it. I know the interview was not so great on 110. 110, I don't know what you're doing on that one, man. Sorry, but that kind of hurt. But he's ready for it. He's been there, done that. He'll be ready for the game. I think Acosta's ready for this. I do. I know everybody's debates on, his contributions, but you need him on both sides of the ball. We need somebody we can trust next to Ilya at times. He's the guy that can do that. So I'm with you guys on that. Again, striker situation. I'm kind of in Bam's territory. I think it's going to be Opoku. It's going to be Vela. Yeah. I mean, Chicho, of course, up in the middle. Like, why would it not be? He's our guy. So, yeah, no question. That's the case. And I think, B-Rod is listed as questionable, which he is. How many times this season have we played guys that were listed as questionable? Can you guys round that one up? Tony, how many matches have you seen a guy go out this season listed as questionable and actually get the start?
0. It's more of a tease than anything.
0. Questionable, 0. We don't do that, which is not our thing. We don't take the risk because we have a deep lineup. So if B-Rod's listed, he's listed. We're not going to see him for the day. I don't see it either. Bam. You already said it, right? You're not going to list. Ben, are you kind of in that camp as well as stay the course? It's what we do.
Yeah, the top 3 for me are, like you guys mentioned, Vela, Chicho, and Opoku. I don't see Brian taking part in this game. He's been out a couple of weeks now, and just for him to come back in such a huge game, it'll be a mistake. He needs time to ramp up his fitness. And I know he has a leg injury. We don't know how serious it is. So I definitely wouldn't want to risk him in such a huge game. We need him for the long run, the long stretch. I know when playoffs come. So yeah, I hold him off in this match. We have enough players to replace him. We have Opoku, we have Musovski, so we have Trejo. So yeah, I'd hold him off.
Right. I mean, just those 3 right there. Then you have Hollingshead coming in. Then you have Sifu coming in. You already see your 5 subs, and every one of them threat, right? Good threat. And we didn't even mention Chiellini yet, right? You would expect it. And we didn't mention the guy flying in from the clouds on a private jet that, fantasy Hollywood somehow shows up out of the heavens and comes in and freaks everybody out, takes over the show, comes in, takes a free kick because somebody's dirty to him, and he hangs it. We can dream, right? Very FIFA-esque, but we can dream. You never know, right? We haven't heard no till we hear no.
What number is he going to wear? That's what I want to know.
Right? I don't know. And who's he got to trade with if that's the case?
Yeah.
Right? Because number 11 is his preference, right?
Right.
Well, he said 13.
13.
13's available.
If he takes 13, has he said 13?
No. It's like one of the numbers that he's, I think, had before a long time ago. Unless he wants to go crazy and do crazy like 30-something. I don't know.
Oh, yes. We've seen stars do that before. You never know. I remember there was one player that went to Dallas, a World Cup player, and he took 66 because he liked Route 66. Players do weird things. So, yeah. We'll see tomorrow. Hope and pray that we get the news and it's good news, and we can all fanboy a little bit for this thing. In the meantime, of course, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be crazy. Yes, we're gonna be biting our nails once the whistle blows, but it's gonna be big. I'll be there for the day pretty much. I know a lot of people like me have taken their time and sacrifice some PTO hours, make sure we get there and we miss the madness and get out of that traffic, because it's gonna be rough for a lot of you guys. I know Friday night is tough, and y'all gonna brave it because it's this game. It's a sellout plus, right? If they could sell standing room tickets, they could today. That could happen. I have never been asked this many times for, hey, you got any extra tickets? It's got to be at least 40 times I've heard this. So, yeah, it's nuts, man. It's some crazy stuff. And so that's all right. That's fine. Demand is a good thing. This is a good thing. This is perfect. The more buzz we get, the less others get. The more buzz we get, the better players we get. People want to play in this kind of environment. If we have to be this league's version of the New York Cosmos, then fine, we'll take that mantle. Whatever it is to move the needle forward, we're gonna do it. I know he rolls his eyes up there. Gotta throw my old man stuff. Yeah. Seriously though, if we're the team that's gonna do it, let it be us. That's fine by me. Let's put on the show. Welcome to the circus. All right. So, any last thoughts, guys? Before we give it back to the family on this and their comments of the day.
Yeah, I'll just quickly run through. Obviously, like as Ben tweeted out earlier, we got Villarreal as a ref coming into this game. It's the first time this season he's doing a Carson game, and he's done 3 LAFC games so far. We had 2 wins at home to Colorado and SKC with him, and we had a 2-1 loss at home to Austin with him. Overall, out of the 11 games he's done for us overall, 6 of them have been at home with a 50% win ratio, while his 6 Carson away games he's done overall, they've only won 33.3% of the time. This year, he's averaging 25 fouls per game with 4.23 yellows given and 0.15 reds. So not too bad. Hopefully, he'll keep his winning record with us this season going.
Right, we'll take the winning record. I know Ben mentioned or somebody mentioned to me that 2 losses at home or with this referee. I don't know. A little doubt, but I'm gonna stick with the positive side of things, and hopefully it's where it needs to be. But
Yeah.
thank you, sir, for that. Thank you, Ben, for posting up as well regarding the referee. It's kind of a Heart of LAFC tradition. It is, thanks to VAM, putting in the homework, putting in all the effort to find out all the statistics related to referees, who we love, who goes in the sin bin. You know, Bam, he's made a whole profile on these guys. So we know where Alan Chapman belongs as opposed to
Look.
Saint Kevin Scott. We get it. We do.
Up to me, Kevin Stott would come out of retirement for this game. He refereed our 2-0 win at home against them in 2020. He refereed our 5-3 win at home in the finals against them. So I'd love for him to come out for retirement for this game. He knows how to referee this game.
Yeah, he's like in semi-retirement now, right?
Yeah, he's back in only doing VAR at the moment. He's got 2 VAR games this weekend. So,
man, okay, all right. Again, there's guys you respect for the work they put in. That guy's been everywhere, done everything, and there's others that gonna put you in for a show. So we have this ref. We'll see what he does. It's a test for anyone, right? These teams move at a certain speed in this game, and it challenges any referee to be competent through this. All I know is this: we better not have one of these goofball VAR decisions that they have to explain away the next day because they trashed us on a call that shouldn't have been. I'll just put it right there. We saw the injustices before. Let's hope this does not happen again. Do not ruin this thing, because y'all do it when you do things like that. All right. Ben, last comment before I throw it to everybody else. Same to you, Tony. I'm going to jump in.
Just we got to get on the front foot in this game. LAFC struggle, with when coming back and trying to fight to get the result. I found a really crazy stat. When LAFC scored the first goal this season, they're 8-0. So I think that speaks for itself. I think LAFC need to improve on controlling games, and this is a good opportunity to get things started from the beginning and just control the game, and give Chiellini that Hollywood debut where he comes in with 2 or 3 goal lead and close the game out.
I love it. It sounds like fun to me. Tony, final thoughts before we move on to the gallery?
Same thing with Ben. We just got to get off the right foot, attack hard, attack fast, and just not make any early mistakes and not have to play catch up the whole game.
With it, for sure. Simplicity wins the day. Don't try to do too much, especially on the back line. That's my thought on this thing. Do the simple things. It might not be the pretty things, but just get the job done. Keep it out of your net. Shouldn't be too hard if we don't give them gifts. So there we are. All right, let's give it to everybody else where their heads at right now. Boom. All right, so moving forward here, we've got man. All right. Daniel Angel did mention Kellen Acosta was a glue too in the last game, right? So that makes sense. Let's see. We've got Beast talking about traffic again, guys. Go there early, make it happen. We want to see you at the tailgate. Tailgates have been a little light lately. Let's build them back up. Have a proper party. Bermudez, y'all think Brian plays tomorrow? Didn't even notice when he got hurt against the Red Bulls. Yeah, he's questionable, like we mentioned. So we'll see. CBFS15 says, just be tight in the back, please. Yep. Keep it simple. Q Cardi's also mentioning the B-Rod situation and where he's at. I think we answered that pretty darn well. Beast is also predicting an Escobar start. I'm with you, man. All right. Here we go. Marvin Chavez has his lineup predictions. Crepo in the back. Escobar, Murray, Ibiaga, Palacios, Acosta, Ilie, Sifu, Vela, Arango, Opoku. So the question is the Sifu versus Blessing conversation with Marvin. All right. But Marvin does think that maybe Opoku sits and Moose gets to start instead. I mean, we have seen Moose get time against the Galaxy, so that could happen. I have color changing Tony up top. It just threw me off a little bit. Sorry, man. There he goes. It says Maria the Vet. We could see Hollingshead from Beast and then Quiros. All right. Coming from Facebook. Check that out. We don't get a lot of you guys on Facebook. It's cool when you guys do come on, though. It says Jose Quiros. Please be safe out there, especially after the game. Look out for your fellow brothers and sisters. Let's show these Carson fans how we represent LA. And you know what? You're right, Jose. They do need to be safe. This is a rivalry match. This is not Disneyland. This is the real world. People doing weird things. Yeah. Don't let knuckleheads be knuckleheads. If you're in numbers, travel numbers, stay within the LAFC supporter range. Don't get into the mix up with those fools on the other side. We'll be fine. We'll have a good day. It's our house. But, if you're not careful about things, not tying up scarves in situations where there's a lot of them, yeah, just be smart about things. Head on a swivel. It's not always perfect and not always pretty. We're dealing with Carson. Usually is not. So, Beast is asking where in the world is Ismail Tajuri Shradi? Still in the injured list, but getting closer. He should be very close. As Martial says, he is injured. He is, but he's on recovery. It's going to be soon. We all know him. You give him 30 seconds, he gets you a goal. He just seems to have that magic touch when he does play for us. So, yeah. B says, off topic a bit for Angel City, has their own version of a derby with San Diego next night in the bank. Yes. And our good friend Jerry will be in town because y'all know what he does with San Diego now. And yes, he'll be at our game as well. So I'll throw that out there. You'll probably see him around the tailgates. Yeah, put you on notice, Jerry. There it is. Beast says, let us see Blessing score an emotional goal against Carson. We need it. We all need it right now, for sure. Marvin says, I have a feeling Vela will step up for this game. Right? Full mode. I think so too. I'm with you on that one. You just feel it. Vela's 86 says Sifu needs to start. Acosta needs to wake up and put in extra work. Looking forward to the Palacios versus Araujo matchup. Right? Araujo has been doing really good for them as of late. Again, they're moving up, guys. So it's going to be a tough one for us. That's for real. B says Acosta is my player to watch. He will at least have an assist. You're predicting success. I like it. Says same with Opoku. Could see him scoring a banger. I like when Bam pulls the ref stats. It's from Beast. I like when Bam pulls the ref stats and have you tracked Mr. Bale. So I wouldn't be shocked if you guys are looking for flights out of Wales towards Los Angeles tomorrow, just in case. Even tonight, you never know, right? We can all dream if there's a flight coming from Wales to LAX. We know something's going on. So yeah, I can't blame you guys for trying. Wolf in the mix, good. Berto Espinosa says, we are winning this one, guys. I have a feeling. I like feelings, but I like goals even more, guys. Let's do this. All right, Wolf. So ready for tomorrow, 90 plus at the North End. Yes, guys, and get to the North End early if you're going to the North End. Don't spend too much time up top. Get into the mix. Let's get ready for this. Let's be ready when these guys come out, even for warm-ups. Get in there early. Let's do this. Let's build this environment like we do best. We are who we are for a reason. Yeah, let's do it. Mark Lopez, late to this one, giving everything we got tomorrow. Exactly. And Louis V says, I need Vela to score. We all need Vela to score. I think this is consensus. We need Vela to score tomorrow. Let's hope. Marvin says, I think Ilya will have an amazing game. Redemption for the Vancouver loss. Yeah, that's the nice thing about the players that we have signed this year. Every time they have an off game, the next game, they're lights out. Remember what Max did the game after he had his moment. We have the guys that are capable. That's why we brought them in. Players make mistakes, but if they build on it, you got the right guy. It's happened. Look at Ibiaga now, where he's at. Look at where Murillo's at. Palacios, right? They've had their moments, but they've bounced back. There's resilience there. It's a good thing. Mark says, mentally, I am already in the north. And dude, I am with you on this, man. My head is, I'm thinking of the 27 things I have to do the minute I get to the stadium, because there's a lot. There's a lot, right? Supporter mode, doing my job as a supporter. I'm already there making sure we're ready in my head before this thing even goes, because this is the game. This is the one, right? This is one you have to be ready for. You can't mess with this one. You gotta go. Yes. Ox, see y'all tomorrow. Let's go. I'll see you in the north end, sir. No doubt. Ox, see you at the tailgate, Ox. Right? Right? Yes. Louis V, I know and believe. Love it. I love the faith. That's why we call you guys the LAFC faithful. Can you tell? They keep it up yet again. Good stuff. Excellent stuff, guys. All right. So I think that is our final comment from the gallery. Good stuff, guys. Thank you for that. I'll see y'all tomorrow at the stadium. I think Carson on our comments are done at us. Does any of you guys have any more last comments about this game, or are we ready to switch it over to our final comments of the day? Right, we're ready. We're ready for this. All right, so let's do that. Let's move on to the next, which, yes, it's the time we get to thank you guys. It's the time we get to collect our thoughts, get ourselves ready for the next day. Oh, man, this is big. Yeah, I'm already it's messing with me already. I'm ready for this. So, again, guys, beyond thankful for what you guys do. Thank you for being faithful. We see even a bigger group tonight on. Thank you guys for coming on and doing that. Again, we love it. Throwing the likes in there. We're thankful. That is for sure. All right. So, as he began the episode, he will end the episode first. And since our beautiful brother Ben is moving onward and upward, we're going to have him give the first final comments of the day. So, brother Ben, you have the floor, sir.
Huge game tomorrow. We gotta take care of business. We haven't beat this guy since almost 2 years now. You know, we can't get swept. You know, this season we cannot have 3 losses against them. It's just not acceptable. We have to get back in the winning column. We have to restore some order, and there's no losing tomorrow. It's a must win. I don't care what anyone says. The players say it's more than 3 points. It's bragging rights. It's supremacy for the city of LA, and yeah, we got to show we're the best team.
If you are LA and if you're here to fight for LA, you gotta win. I'm with you, Ben. Good call, man. All right, you're gonna be in the press box tomorrow, right?
Yep, I'll be there in the press box tomorrow.
There we go. All right, man. Good luck up there.
Thank
Again,
you.
all the best, dude, on this.
Appreciate it.
Good news. All right, Tony, we're gonna jump over to you as you still have internet. It's your turn, man. Thank you for your patience with that madness today.
Of course, anytime. I'll always be on here trying to work my way through this. But let's go out here and just honestly win. It doesn't matter about the points. It doesn't matter where we're at in the standings. This is a must-win game. I believe ESPN or MLS put the stat out. We've only had in a regular season matchup against them. We only have 1 win against this team. We need to change that, and it starts tomorrow. So I want everyone to go full 90. I do not want any phones. I do not want any BS is the best way to say it. So if you're in the north end, go full 90. go as hard as you can. Be respectful of everyone there, even the away fans, because we set a bar of supporter culture and how to treat rivals when it's outside the 90 minutes. Again, let's get out there, get early as you can. I'll be there super early. I got my time off for it. And let's go.
Love it, Tony. Well said, man. Well said. We are who we are for a reason. Hard to gain, easy to lose. Good stuff, man. Bam, you have the floor, sir. Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. As much as I love talking stats and all that, I've got stats in front of me right now. I'm not going to use them because this game against them, stats are useless. Stats are useless. History is useless. Everything between us leading up to this game is useless. And the only thing that matters is this actual game. For the players that are stepping out on the field, you know what's expected of you. You saw what happened after the last game. You know what's expected of you this game. Fulfill that, and we'll be proud. Don't fulfill that, and the wrath of the 30-52 will be coming after you. Plain and simple. For the fans, be on your best behavior. Yes, there'll be stuff going down tomorrow. Let's be honest. Carson comes to our stadium. They want to start stuff because they don't have a nice stadium. They're not in near downtown LA. They don't know what it's all about. If you see someone getting in trouble, get them out of trouble as soon as you can. Protect your mates, protect each other, and let's get the 3 points out there on the pitch.
Well said, Bam. I think that's where it is. You need to make a statement tomorrow on the field, off the field, in the streets. It's a statement day tomorrow. We have to show them who we are. This is Los Angeles. This is Los Angeles. Show them what that means. They're quickly following into, no matter the result, they know they're following into our shadow. And they can't do anything about it. They can try a million things. The only thing they can do is negative stuff to try to get back out of that shadow. So don't fall for it. Do your best. Be your best. Have a damn good time in the tailgate. Have an even better time in the stands. Go nuts. We want to hear you singing all through that stadium. If you've got any time in the North End and you're not in the North End for this one, sing where you're at. Sing with us. Own it tomorrow. We'll own it in the stands, which means we expect our club to own it on the field too. Statements have to be made. This is a statement match. The world is watching this game. You got to do it. That's simple. And you know you're better than them. You know we have a better side. So play like it. Play your game. Dictate this thing, and we'll get our result. If you don't, you ain't going to hear the end of it. And if that makes you mad, oh well, do your job, right? Do your job. You represent the Crest, do it. This is your chance. This is that moment where we need you to represent. So let's get it done. I think I'm going to end on that because it's clear. Statement time, people. Statement time. Right? I'm ready for this thing. Let's do this. All right, guys. So again, what are our final thoughts of the day? Final word of the day. Ben, final word?
Stay golden.
Tony.
Stay golden.
Bam.
Stay golden.
And for me, to all of you, stay golden, Los Angeles.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the black and gold is taking over.